Now on March 21st, Apple released some new iPads as well as a new 4-inch iPhone. Now over the past few days I've had a chance to play around with it and get to know it. So in today's video I will be giving you my final thoughts and review of the iPhone SE. Now the first thing that I want to get into talking about is the design of this new iPhone. Now it follows the same design characteristics found in the iPhone 5S before it. That means the 3.5mm headphone jack can be found alongside the lightning port at the bottom of the device. The SIM card tray could also be found on the right hand side of the phone as with previous iPhones. The sleep wake button is also found on the top of the device like it was in the iPhone 5S. Now on the left hand side of the device you will find the volume up and down button along with the silent toggle switch. Now as I said earlier, this device follows the same design profile found in the likes of the iPhone 5S. Now this means that all the buttons on the phone are in exact same places as well as the screen size themselves are the same. The only differences being a rose gold option with the SE as well as an SE badge on the back. Now in a bid to make the phone itself a lot more cheaper than their current flagships, Apple have used the same screen technology found in the iPhone 5S, a phone that is merely almost 3 to 4 years old now. Now this means that the contrast ratio on the device itself isn't as good as one found on the iPhone 6 Plus or a newer phone. Now as you can see on screen, the white colours found on the iPhone 6 Plus are a lot more white when compared to the iPhone SE, which seem to have a bit more of a yellow tint to it. So with Apple cutting corners in the display technology, I would have thought that the fingerprint sensor Touch ID would have been the same found in the likes of the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus, but that doesn't seem to be the case. The fingerprint sensor on the iPhone SE is exactly the same one found in the iPhone 5S. Now with Touch ID comes Apple Pay. Now Apple Pay is Apple's way of conveniently making online purchases as well as purchases within stores using the fingerprint sensor to securely make payments. Apple claimed that the battery life on the iPhone SE is superior to the battery life found on the iPhone 5S. Now I went over to Apple's website to check out if the battery life of their current flagship, the iPhone 6s, is any better than the current iPhone SE, but lo and behold, the iPhone SE beated out the iPhone 6s when comparing both the video playback as well as hours spent browsing the internet on the devices. Now another way that Apple have made the iPhone SE much more affordable compared to other devices is they have not included a barometer. Now barometer is used to track altitude. Now this would mean that you cannot track how many sets of stairs that you have travelled up as you could do in the likes of the iPhone 6 and 6s. Now I'm sure you'll be happy to find out that the processor and the amount of RAM found in the iPhone SE is exactly the same found in the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. This means you get Apple's custom designed system on a chip, the A9 processor. This is clocked at 1.85 GHz and comes with 2 GB of RAM. Now you can click the annotation in the top right corner of the video to go and check out the complete benchmark test. Now along with the A9 processor, you also get the M9 coprocessor, which will allow for things such as always on Siri. Now this means that the iPhone SE, like the iPhone 6s, does not need to be plugged in to a power source for Hey Siri to work. Hey Siri, how tall is the Burj Khalifa?
Checking my sources. It looks like the height of Burj Khalifa is about 2,717 feet.
Now with the iPhone 5S we had an 8 megapixel camera, but now in the iPhone SE we get a 12 megapixel iSight camera. Now this new camera will allow for 4K video recording at 30 frames per second. Now you can click the annotation in the top right of the video to go and see a full camera breakdown between the iPhone SE and the iPhone 6 Plus. Now with that said, Apple did not choose to improve the front FaceTime camera. Instead, they have chosen to stick with the same camera found in the iPhone 5S. So we can now take HDR selfies, as well as the iPhone screen can light up to imitate a front-facing flash. Now here are the images you just saw me take. Isn't that a lovely smile? Now another feature which makes its way over from the iPhone 6s is live photos. Now though the iPhone SE does not have a full sensitive screen, you do get the ability to take live photos. Now a live photo is essentially a 1.5 second video clip before and after you hit the shutter button. And to view your live photos, just go to the photo itself and apply a little force on the screen itself. Now finally, I just wanted to talk about the storage and pricing for the new iPhone SE. Now the iPhone SE starts off at $399 for 16GB. Now if you're in the UK, it's £360 for the same capacity. Now when recording at 4K resolution, 16GB is pretty much peanuts. And I totally understand that not everyone is going to be willing enough to dish out another £80 in order to get the 64GB model. So what I would suggest to you is, why not look into buying some iCloud storage. Now as you can see, the prices start out from less than $1 per month. Now this would mean for a total of less than $12 per year, you will end up having around 66GB of storage altogether. So to keep things short and sweet, the design of this iPhone SE is as good as it was back with the iPhone 5S, and the internal specification of the phone is on par with most other flagship devices. Now my two main criticisms for this iPhone is that it doesn't come with as many features as the iPhone 6s does, but this is as to be expected as it isn't a flagship device. And the final criticism that I have is that it starts off at 16GB, but given the price of the device, I think I'll let it off. So what do you think about the iPhone SE? Do you agree with the points that I talked about? If not, then leave a comment down below and we can have a discussion about that. Now if you did enjoy this video, then do please hit the thumbs up button. Check out one of the two videos playing on the left and the right hand side of the screen. Subscribe to stay up to date with more of my content, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much for watching, and have yourselves a good one.